What do flight attendants do after they resign? Today, I would like to talk to you about what flight attendants generally do if they resign. To marry, give birth to children of this kind of resignation, we do not say, not in the scope of today's discussion. The first is to jump ship and go to another airline to continue to fly. These words may not like the previous work environment or may want to change a little closer to home to fly again and they may not know themselves. This situation will then choose to go back to their own business and then go flying. Your next job is not challenging, especially for lazy people like me who don't want to get ahead. The second is that many flight attendants will go to some schools and training institutions after resigning to become teachers related to the airline profession, whether to teach form etiquette etc. The first one is to teach the knowledge of civil aviation. The fact is that I've been in a training institution for a while. I think this is also better to start. There is no difficulty because you are engaged in the work you have been familiar with before, more comfortable. It is only possible to switch from some practical exercises to theoretical things. Still, it is also relatively simple, and there are some winter and summer holidays, what is also quite good. Third, there are many cabin crew during their employment, or after they resigned. They will test a certificate of etiquette trainer, which is the same as the previous article in essence. But then, the market test this certificate anyway, it is uneven, if the sister's intention, be careful to be cheated. The above three kinds of you are not from the cabin crew, this circle completely jumps out. So, there is no such thing as a career change or difficulty. The first thing you need to do is to get a job. There are a lot of flight attendants who may not be airline passengers. Therefore, when they choose the next job, they may choose one related to their major. For example, I am an English major, so I will choose some major English jobs if I want to change my career. Maybe an English teacher or a translation job. But I think this kind of career change is more challenging. Because you may have to fly to work for a few years, after that you already have work experience, but your experience is entirely unrelated to your next job. Then, you have to go, and some of the fresh graduates, just out of school, these young people to compete but also more mentality training. The fifth kind is the office administrative personnel. I think this kind of words because the cabin crew is the external temperament is still good. So the success rate of the interview is also relatively high. It's also a change of career, then you have a lot of new things to learn, and I think it may be necessary to adapt to the office kind of workplace environment. The last one is something I admire, but I also have a few friends who have been flying for a few years. Then suddenly may feel that there is no meaning in life, and then choose to go to school, to study further. To go to a graduate school or to study abroad. I think it's remarkable because this kind of, especially need courage, and like me, I think you let me go back to school now, that kind of environment to go to school, so I think I still admire this kind of people. Of course, a small part of people will choose to do self-media, maybe to do some, such as bloggers or live this kind of bar. But I think the success rate is too low, that is, you take it as an amateur such things to do okay. If you specifically want to do this thing, it is a very, very lucky thing. So do not always think that the flight attendant resigned because she found a good husband and married into a wealthy family. A world where there are so many wealthy families well married well, that's all for today, we will see you next time.